Hello, my name is Allison Bartlett, and you're watching my 5 new technologies for use in the classroom. My first technology that I want to share with you is a website called gamestolernenglish.com. I plan to use this with my elementary school students, which are 3rd grade through 6th grade, so it does cover a large age range. And just a reminder, I do live and work in Korea, and I am the only English speaker essentially in my school. So for me, I'm kind of the fish out of water here, and I love this website because it really makes English fun, and it makes English something the students want to do instead of listening to someone that they don't understand standing at the front of the classroom. So this is a website, and it focuses on different areas of English in which I already motivate them, such as speaking, reading, and writing. The other area in which I focus is listening, and this site does do a little bit of listening, but I think the main thing I want to get out of it is reading. It does use a variety of activities. It has matching games, speed games, guessing games. It has those kinds of games like Fruit Ninja, where you have to guess the answer before it gets to the bottom of the screen. Things like that I already know that my students enjoy. The target skills that I'm focusing on are reading, sentence construction, the target language and vocabulary, spelling, and grammar. And the great thing is it uses a point and click, or you can even use your fingers. So even my smallest fingers in the classroom can click without any difficulty. I chose this site because the games are fun, but they're not very distracting in that there's not a lot of bells and whistles and noises and flashing lights or things that would distract the students even further. A lot of my students have attention difficulty, and having a game that's really straightforward is fun for them, but it's not too much fun for them. And another great thing I love about this site is it uses a lot of the vocabulary words and sentences that are already in their textbook and that they will be tested on at the end of every lesson. So I don't really have to create anything new because a lot of the target language is already there. However, if I wanted to create something new, I could if I wanted to use this for my high-level students who have gone above and beyond what the textbook can offer them, or even in the opposite vein, if I wanted to create something for my especially low-level students that's even more simplistic than what the site offers. And it does work on any browser, and you can use the games via smartphone, computer, or tablet. All of my students, even the 3rd graders, all have smartphones with screens bigger than mine, honestly. And so they could bring their phones to class at my request, and we could play these games in groups, individually, some students in groups, some students, working with me personally. So there are a lot of ways to blend this into the classroom. The purpose for this game is really just to provide students with those multimedia tools to encourage them to absorb the target language, get them excited about English. They really do not like school. There's nothing really interesting for them here. And if I could make my class the one class that they look forward to every week, I feel like I could retire. I could be done with my learning career, my education career, because I will have met my one goal. My objective is to raise their language acquisition and to raise their reading and comprehension level. Many of my students do not understand how the letters make different sounds. In the Korean language, every character makes the same sound, no matter where it's placed, no matter what. All of the letters make the same sound. They're very confused by the idea that in English that's not the case. So my goal really is to allow them the ability to understand sight words, to, the, if, and, go, things that you can see them and immediately know what they are, what they mean. That's one of my main goals, especially for my lower level learners. And you can adjust the games. You can create your own games for higher or low level performing students. They have high speeds, lower speeds, things like that. And the standards that I used are both from the teaching set of standards, number 2 and number 4. So why don't we take a look at this website? When you click gamestolernenglish.com, this is their homepage. This is the site that comes up. You can see they have many different options. Download the game. They have flash games, which I've already downloaded on my and the school's computer. Whiteboard, you can contact them should you desire. And then you can sort of see the types of games they offer. Hangman. This is more like a vocabulary game. Match the picture to the letter. This one is putting the sentences and their structure in order. So they have conjugated verbs. And you look at the picture and you base your response off of what the picture shows. Spelling. This one I like because it gives you a description of something and you have to click on what it's describing. Concentration, so memory games, making phrases. And so let's do, for example, fast English. This one would be excellent for my second, third, and fourth graders. I do teach second graders once a year at English camp. Let's do fast because I obviously speak English, so but you can click fast or slow. And this is what I meant by it has a lot of the language. So my students learn about jobs in almost every grade. They learn about food, and it tells you the key vocabulary. Well, I can't click on it at the same time, but it tells you the key vocabulary so you can see, is this going to be beneficial, or am I going to have to create something more simple for my students? So let's click on animals. My students learn about animals in the third grade. It gives you the keyword at the top, dog, and you find the dog. And then it says,
elephant.
Oh, well, it didn't say dog then, but it will say
Tiger.
tiger. Which one is the tiger?
Pig.
Pig. And the students have enough time to repeat
Chicken.
the word chicken, which is the Korean word for chicken.
Mouse.
Mouse.
Sheep.
Sheep.
Whale.
Whale. Okay, we're done. I don't want to do this anymore. Whale.
Lion.
So you can see the students can repeat the words. They can see the word written in English. They can click the words that they want. The phrase one is also nice because they can do this for higher level students. It gives you some information about the game. And again, you can choose the type of information. So let's do, right now my sixth graders are learning wearing. So it's a man, so he is, they already know, is wearing. And I don't know, blue pants. He's wearing blue pants. They could have easily done, he's wearing a gray top. So it's a man and a woman, so they, and with they are, and let's see, brown, white, blue, yellow, orange. We'll say brown. Brown pants. And the sentences move in this fashion. And you can see how many you finished, how big your streak is, what's your score, etc. It does give you a little bit of information about the game. It speeds up after the fourth or fifth successive correct answer, so giving them more difficulty level for those students who need it. So this is, I think, a fantastic website for me to introduce technology into my classroom because it is simple, it is interactive, it is something that they can all do at the same time, and I can monitor it by walking around into their groups and seeing. There is a Korean teacher in the classroom, so we could potentially split the class, and I think that this is a fantastic resource. So thank you so much for watching my first video.